How about you talked about the economy and media, the fact that we've seen a bunch of layoffs recently. We've also seen a bunch of closures. I think the most recent one I saw was BuzzFeed News
Mhm.
closing its doors. Um, how do you think that this is going to impact Black owned media companies? Is it going to be disproportionate or is there some opportunity there?
Oh, when we talk about the Black press, Black media, I have a love for it because about half of my career has been in the Black press, various outlets. So my affinity for it is enormous. I have always felt that traditional Black media, they limit themselves because they say they have limited resources. And over the last 10 to 15 years, you really can do a lot with what you have. You can do a lot with an iPhone. So it's not about having limited resources, it's how effective you are with the resources that you have. I think this is prime time for the Black media to really own its space um, and crowd other spaces. I know that we've seen a rise in Black owned media coming up. We have the Tribe, we have Capital B, um, I'm forgetting a few others, but I mean, there's been a rise in Black owned media. And I think it's like a resurgence that's been much needed. They're branching out into other cities where they're covering everything and they're doing it well. They're really not stepping on the toes of mainstream media, but they're making mainstream media pay attention. And that is what is needed. So I think it's prime time for them to really, really own the space again and never let it go. You know, the voice is needed and we need the Black press, but we need them to make sure that they have the resources at their fingertips. You know, even if it's just an iPhone, you can do a podcast, you can do video, you can edit on your iPhone, you can do everything on your iPhone. So there is no, you need a big studio to do this, or you need someone else to do this. You can do a lot with what you have at your fingertips.
Yeah. And can you describe, you said you think that the opportunity is for Black media to crowd their space. Can you just, when you say that, what do you mean?
I mean, they need to own it. Everything that you see is mostly mainstream media. You get your, and I don't want to call the Black press alternative news, but some people will call it alternative news. You get the other side of the coin with the Black press, or let's just say ethnic media. And I think that they really need to own the space and say, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. I need to be included in everything. You make them include you. You know, you continue to cover the hard hitting stories that are affecting your community. You do it from that nuance that no one else can do, where mainstream media has no choice but to pay attention, but to credit you when they're picking up that story and trying to do it on their own. You own that space. Just, you know, we're here. This is what you need to be paying attention to. If you're covering it from an institutional angle, which is boring, which is, okay, this official said this official said that, and according to law enforcement or whatever it is. No, you have your ethnic media, you have your Black owned media that's really got their boots on the ground and they're covering the stories. You know, they're not parachuting reporters into neighborhoods to cover XYZ and then they're gone. And then let's say a year later, the community sees that reporter again because they've been parachuted in. There's no connection made or anything like that. So when I say the Black owned media, ethnic media needs to own their space, it's own it. You know,
Yeah.
let the community know we are here. We're here every day. We're covering the good, the bad, the ugly. We're covering it all. We are owning this space for you.